If I had to distill the main difference between the library module and the develop module, I would say it this way. The library module is about organization, where the develop module is about the art and craft of image making. Therefore, when we navigate to the develop module, we're going to see a few different things in regards to how we process our photographs. And one of the things that you may notice is that you may see this little warning icon. What it's doing is it's telling us that this image has been processed with a previous version of Lightroom. Now here's the good news. The way that this works is you can take your older files that have been processed in Lightroom 1 or 2 and you can have continuity. In other words, you don't need to reprocess your images. It will recognize all of those different settings, and what you can do then is create a print or upload to a web gallery or whatever. On the other hand, if you want to take advantage of the new strengths of Lightroom, the new demosaicing algorithm, the new sharpening and noise reduction techniques that it applies to your photographs, in other words, if you kind of want to get up with the times, what you can do is you can update a photograph, either one at a time or multiple. Well, here if I want to update one image, I'll go ahead and click on this icon. It'll open up this dialog which basically says, hey, there's some new stuff in Lightroom 3. What you can do is you can update this image and you can also review the changes to see if you really like it. You can also select to update all photos in the film strip that may have been processed in a previous version of Lightroom. Or you can, of course, just do one at a time by clicking Update. What I'm going to do here is click Cancel so that I can show you one more technique for accessing how you can update your photographs. You can also navigate to your Settings pull-down menu, and here you can see that you can update to the current process, which is 2010, or from the Process menu, you can select which version, in other words, the most current version. Now, as I do that, it will go ahead and process the image, and I now have this new file. Well, if I undo that by pressing Command-Z on a Mac or Control-Z on a PC, I can always take that back as long as I do that right after I've gone through that process. Let's take a look at one more thing here before we wrap up this conversation. Again, by clicking on this icon here, I can review my changes via before and after. I'll click Update. And then this before and after view is actually really quite nice. There are a couple of different ways that we can look at this. Side by side, and we could zoom in on one image in order to see how the different noise reduction and sharpening settings actually work. See how the shadow detail works and see what the image looks like with the different profiles that we may have in Lightroom 3 versus Lightroom 2. We can also do a different view. In this case, we can do a split view, and sometimes that's helpful. Again, zooming in or zooming out to get a feel for the overall image. So we can take advantage of some of these comparative views or these before and after views in order to evaluate if this actually looks good. Another way to look at these views is by pressing the Y key. The Y key turns these on and off. And I love that shortcut because it's a shortcut that makes sense. Why did I do this? Is this really a good move? And so once you've evaluated this, said, yeah, that looks fine, I'll go ahead and press Y to undo that view. So now the image has been successfully updated and my images are, so to speak, caught up with the times. And the other good thing about this process is that it hopefully gives you a little bit of reassurance in regards to moving forward. In other words, when Lightroom 4 or 5 or 6 come out, we can kind of be assured that we can have continuity with the past, or there will be and continue to be some pretty seamless ways to update our photographs as needed and as the technology evolves and grows.